Hello, everybody. It looks like I got some drag in the video, so forgive me here with the audio. I've made a couple of these, noted them already, but I hadn't caught that. Again, this is Neil Bednar. Sorry about that. Neil Bednar here in Freeport, Texas, and this is day 4 of the 30-day video challenge, or 30-day business challenge, I guess you'd say, to make 30-day videos 30 days for the Neo Network. Now, the 4th day, the topic, the assignment for today is to discuss the 5 characteristics of successful people, what my opinion of that is. And I'm running through these kind of fast. This is actually day 1 for me. I'm about 14 days behind. So I guess that kind of symbolizes what that first characteristic is. You have to be willing to get in there and get dirty. You've got to do some work. Successful people typically just out-habit other people. They're not any more skilled typically. They're not any smarter. They learn how to develop a habit of being willing to do the work. You have to have that habit. You take professional athletes like boxers or say Michael Jordan. Can you imagine the type of practicing he done in college? I read somewhere that he gave up girlfriends so that he could practice basketball. For a 20-something year old kid to say, I'm not chasing girls so that he could practice, that's a work ethic. That's something that I think is one of the strongest and very typical characteristic of somebody who's successful. The second, I think, is a respect for the quality of leadership. And I don't know that that's something that happens overnight. I think it's something that you develop into. You don't have that desire to be a leader overnight. It's kind of like you get in, you do the actions, and you look back and you see there's people following you. I think a good example would be, say, in the military. In the military, you know what, I shouldn't use that example because I wasn't in the military. I don't want to offend anybody. I have a lot of respect for service people. But let's just say when I was younger, I started my career in the restaurant business. And I could work like crazy. And I was quickly put up into management. Matter of fact, one of the reasons I didn't quit high school was because as soon as I graduated, I could get a raise. So I actually went down, took my GED so I could go to work that night and get a raise. So I think when it comes to leadership, being willing to get out in front, being willing to set a pace. There's an old saying that says that the pace of the pack is determined by the leader. If you're willing to get out there and set the pace and challenge people to follow you, challenge people to keep up, then that's certainly a characteristic that has to be instilled in successful people. You find very few successful people that did it by themselves. They have to incorporate the help, the knowledge, the inspiration of other people. And so leadership naturally draws good people to you. Good people want to be around you. So that brings me to the second one, and that is developing relationships. I think that to be a good leader, to have a strong work ethic, it kind of relies on your interconnection with other people and how you relate, how you communicate to them. So to develop good relationships, it's kind of more like, I guess I'd say, an attraction marketing dynamic. You have to give before you receive. In order to build good relationships, you have to be willing to reach out to them. In, say, intimate or romantic relationships, you put yourself out there with the risk of being hurt. And it's that giving, it's that being willing to open your heart that makes you capable of receiving love. So I think that's part of relationship building. You have to be willing to reach out, to take the first step, to shake hands. A lot of people are just afraid to walk up and shake somebody's hand. But imagine the friends you're missing out on. Imagine the close personal friends that you could have just from saying hi to somebody. If you don't take the risk, you can't enjoy the reward. So that brings me to the fourth one. And I didn't write these down. I might should have. The fourth one would be communication. Now, I read something recently about speech and how you communicate to people. How you communicate to people is a direct reflection of who you are. When you talk to people, you talk to them and they can see your personality. They can see the level of respect that you give other people. They can feel your tonality, and they can feel from your verbalization and your attention how much you respect people. So communication is very, very key to success, I think. I think people who want to achieve success, people who aspire for more, they are able to communicate that desire with people in an effective way. I mean, you have to think about it. When you're going somewhere and you hit obstacles, you hit challenges, you have levels that you have to go through to get to where you want to go. If the people that are coming with you, the people that are helping you, if they don't effectively understand and deep down see what it is you're trying to relate and why you're trying to do it, then it's going to be more challenging for you to reach those levels and to reach success. So I think effective communication is probably the best. Now, that's a strong work ethic. It's leadership. That's speech, and that is developing relationships. So I guess the last critical element, and I've just gone a little bit long, the last critical element of success would probably be cohesiveness with other people. In other words, the world is getting a lot smaller. Let's see if I can explain this correctly. When people thousands, hundreds of years ago used to live in tribes, the world was very small. You lived in the same place, you grew up, you did everything in the same place. You know, you probably never moved more than 50 or 70 miles away from where you were born. Well, all of a sudden the world blew up. People were frontiers, they traveled, they crossed oceans, they crossed countries, continents, stuff like that. Well, now with the advent of technology, everybody in the world is on your smartphone. So you have access to information, you have access to people, and you have the ability to develop relationships where you couldn't before. So I think a key element of success is recognizing that, and recognizing that your next big business partner might live in Norway or Germany or Sweden. I have two dear friends, or well, I say acquaintances, two friends that are business partners that were business partners for almost a year before they ever actually shook hands. And one was in Chile and one was in Germany, I think, or somewhere in Europe. And they had a long-standing relationship, a deep relationship, before they ever actually physically touched. So realizing that the world is a lot smaller and that you can incorporate the help of other brilliant people and other hardworking people and other leaders that you need to take you to the places that you want to go with you to the places you want to go, then I think that's very, very key. So again, I did this. It's the fourth day, the fourth assignment for the 30-day challenge for the NEO Network. Now, when you want to hook up with people who have these types of desires and aspirations, you want to look towards the NEO Network. Take a look. I'm going to leave some links down below this video. Definitely share this video. I mean, these may be the words somebody you know needs to hear. So share this video. Share it with your Facebook friends. Matter of fact, if you're in NEO Network, I need you to share this on your Facebook groups. I need you to share this with your team. These, again, may be the words that show you as a leader, that show you promoting somebody else, just like you're going to promote the people below you. So I wish you all the best. God bless. and we will see you on the next video.